Bună ziua! Добрый день!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Во-первых, хочу поздравить всех молдаван с
First of
сегодняшним
all, I
праздником.
would like to congratulate all Moldovans with today's holiday because
Для нас праздник.
it is an important holiday for us. Secondly,
Всех вас
I would like to
поздравить с прошедшими праздниками новогодними.
wish you a
Пожелать всем
happy new
здоровья,
year,
счастья.
wish everyone
успеха.
lots of health and luck
Сегодня,
in the coming year.
как я обещал,
Today, as I promised,
пресс-конференция,
we're holding the press
приуроченная к
conference
турниру Eagles 4.
for the Eagles
Очень
4
Интересное
tournament.
шоу нас ждет.
We are
С
expecting a
хорошими-
very interesting show
Я думаю, лучшими
with very good and
боями
probably
в начале
the
этого
best
года.
fights in the beginning of this
Два
year.
слова скажу о наших планах.
I would like to say a couple of
на
words about our plans
2017
for
год.
2017.
Как вы все знаете,
As you all know,
проект Eagles
the Eagles project
успешно прошел 16 год.
has passed 2016 with lots of success, with very good shows, with good fights, with the first champion. We've had very good
Отзывов со всего
reviews
мира.
from around the
Конечно,
world.
рады, что у нас
Of course, we're
получается,
happy
что мы идем
that
вперед.
we're doing a good job and that we're moving forward.
На этот год мы планируем
This year, we're
провести
planning to hold 4
больших
big,
зрелищных шоу.
exciting
Это в феврале,
fights
в мае
in February,
июне
March, June,
и осенью,
and in the
ноябре.
fall, in
В
November.
3 из них
In
планируется
3 of them, we're planning
разыграть чемпионские
to
пояса.
fight
Первый
for
чемпионский
the
пояс
title.
мы разыграли.
The first title
категории
fight we've
70
already held
килограмм.
in the welterweight category, the
чемпионский
77 kilogram category. The second
18
champion
февраля будет
title we're
разыгран.
going to have
Я думаю, в очень
hold
хорошем бою.
on February 17th,
В мае у нас
18th, I'm
будет
sorry.
следующий финал
In May,
4.
we're going to have
И опять же
the next final
чемпионский пояс.
4, and
И
again
уже осенью
the
мы
title
продумаем
fight.
и просмотрим
And then again in the
возможность
fall, we're going to
поставить
take a
на
look at
кону
the
чемпионский
possibility
пояс в категории
to
66.
hold a
Конечно,
championship
год
fight,
нас
a title
ожидает
fight for
очень
the
интересный.
66 bantamweight
Для
category.
этого
It's,
нужно, чтобы бойцы были готовы
the fights are
к
very
таким
interesting, so we need to make sure that the fighters are ready for such serious
Плавно перейдем
fights.
к тому, что нас ожидает 18 февраля.
What can we
18
expect on
февраля,
February
как обычно,
18th?
или уже по
On the 18th of February, we expect
турнир Eagles Fighting Championship
an Eagles Fighting Championship
будет
tournament,
состоять из двух
which is
частей.
going to take
Первый
place
это
in
будет
2
Eagles
parts.
Elimination,
One is going to be an Eagles
и
elimination,
вторая часть
and the
Eagles
second
Fighting Championship.
part will be the Eagles Fighting
В первой
Championship.
части нас ждут тоже
During
очень
this
много
first
хороших, интересных боев,
Stage,
много
we're
новых
expecting
имен.
many good fights,
Во второй
many
части
known names.
ждут
In the second
бои в разных весовых
part, we're going to
категориях.
have fights in
И, конечно
various
же,
categories.
Main event
And of
вечера,
course, the main
вот
event of the
полуфинальные
evening,
бои, и
we're
будет
going to have
чемпионский бой.
the semi-final fights as
сейчас-
well as the title fight.
Приглашу сюда
Right now, I'm going to invite
виновников проекта Eagles 4.
the main perpetrators for the Eagles 4 tournament.
Ваши аплодисменты приглашу
I'm
сюда
inviting here
первого бойца
the first fighter
финальной четверки.
of the
Это
first
Самир Алиев.
final 4, that is Samir Aliyev from Azerbaijan.
Его соперник, боец из
His
Украины,
opponent is a Ukrainian
Dmitro
fighter,
Предибайло.
Dmitro Predibailo.
Второй полуфинальный бой. Я
The
приглашаю
second
сюда
semi-final
молдавского
fight,
бойца
for this I'm
Михаила
inviting
Сырбу.
the Moldovan fighter Mikhail Sirbu.
Хочу пригласить
I would like to
соперника
invite
Михаила Сырбу
Mikhail's
из России,
opponent, Russian
Amirov
fighter
Наби.
Amirov Nabi.
Перед вами финальная четверка.
You have in front of you the final four, the group of final four. I am certain there's going to be very good fights because the finalists of this group of four will meet the champion
проекта Eagles.
of the Eagle project in May for the final fight. Now we move forward to the final fight of the evening. That's the 77 kilogram title fight. I would like to tell you that this category, this welterweight category, is very successful in our project. We have very good, exciting, known fighters. And I'm certain that this category will show us and prove us what our fighters are capable of, because they're very good and strong and fast. Under your applause, I would like to invite the first fighter for the title fight, welterweight category, Sergei Barbaroshe from Moldova.
О сопернике Сергея хочу сказать, что вы все знаете,
Sergei's opponent
после
is well known to
полуфинальных
everybody.
боев
After
на
the
Eagles 3
semi-final fight in
соперником
Eagles 3,
Сергея был Лука Паклит.
Sergei's
врачи
opponent was Luka
Не
Paklit
допускают Луку из-за
in the previous
травмы
fight, but
связки колена.
his
Поэтому было решено
his doctors did not allow the fight to go on because due to injuries.
Василий Ботнару, приглашаю его.
So his opponent has now become Vasily Botnaru, who I'm inviting to the stage.
Мое мнение, что это будет очень и очень интересный бой.
This is going to
Бойцы
be
сами
a
знают
very
об этом,
interesting fight,
ихние
in my opinion.
тренеры,
The fighters know this.
любители, специалисты.
Also,
Так что
their
все ждут.
trainers know this.
Он
Their
интересен
fans know
тем,
this.
что
Everyone is
кто
expecting this fight.
возьмет
It's
чемпионский
interesting
пояс,
because the person who
это
gets
еще полпобеды.
the title fight,
Потом будет очень трудно его удержать.
that's
Я
just half of
повторяюсь,
the
очень много хороших
win
бойцов
because they
в
will
нашем
have
проекте в этой
to.
категории. Так что ответственность
to
очень
protect it.
большая на ребят.
So
Я попрошу
there's a
всех
big responsibility on their shoulders.
подготовить вопросы.
Now I'm
Ребята готовы
inviting
к ним,
everybody
и я
to
тоже.
prepare the questions
Спасибо.
for the fight. For today's
представителю России.
conference. A question for the Russian fighter. Who do you think is the favorite in your weight class? And he says, I am, for sure. Next question. The Ukrainian fighter, are you from Odessa? Have you participated in Thai box? No, not Thai box. I did participate in regular boxing and universal boxing in the past.
У меня вопрос к Михаилу Сырбу. Вот,
A question for Mikhail Sirbu. Your opponent just said that he's the favorite in your category. What can you say? What can you tell him about that? I am very prepared, but I'm sure that the belt will be mine. The title will be mine.
У меня вопрос Амиру Наби.
I have a question for Amir Nabi.
Выступать где-то за рубежом или это твой первый?
Have you had experience fighting abroad, or is this the first time?
Не был в России боев.
А где?
Yes, I have had some experience in Dubai. Thank you. I have a question for Mr. Damir. This is a very well-known project, and lots of people are talking about it in the CIS. Are you going to participate in the same tournament with participants from
Спасибо. Вопрос
other
интересный.
countries outside of the CIS?
Насчет проводить турниры и в других городах, и в других странах, Это, конечно, возможно.
Of course,
и я
this is
думаю, что
possible
в будущем
to
будем
hold
проводить,
tournaments in other
может быть, даже
countries
в
and even
другом
in other
городе дополнительный турнир в
cities,
Республике Молдова.
even in
Уже
Moldova.
ведутся переговоры
We're already
об
talking about
проведении турнира Eagles
holding the Eagles
за
tournament
пределами республики.
abroad
Так что
from outside of
ждем,
the Republic of
ждите.
Moldova. So we're expecting this. Stay tuned.
Întrebare pentru Sergiu Barbaroș.
A question for Sergiu
Toți fanii
Barbaroș.
tăi așteaptă un spectacol.
All-
Un spectacol de luptă ce urmează. Ce poți spune despre adversarul tău, Vasile Bătău?
All of your fans are expecting a show. What can you say about your opponent? Well, what can I say about him? He's young, he's at the beginning of the road, he's got much ahead of him, a lot of work to do, because the road and it's a very difficult road. He's a good young fighter, a prepared fighter. It's going to be an interesting fight.
Eu am o întrebare pentru Vasile Botnaru.
I have a question for Vasile Botnaru.
Cine e antrenorul tău la etapa
Can you
de față?
tell
Cine
us
te pregătește?
who is your trainer at this point?
Eu la mine sunt 3 antrenori care mă pregătesc.
I have 3 trainers.
Andrei Grosu,
Andrei Grosu,
Eugen Petrache.
Eugen Petrache, and a third trainer who's helping me.
Вопрос одесситу Дмитрию.
I hope for
Что
the
ты можешь
Ukrainian
сказать
guy
про
from
соперника
Odessa.
и как ты себя оцениваешь?
What can you say about your opponent and how do you...
Я готовился к этому бойцу, смотрел его
I was
бои.
ready for this fight. I prepared for it. He's a very strong universal fighter. It's going to be a very interesting fight.
Конечно, я рассчитываю выиграть.
Do you expect to win? Of course, absolutely.
Самир, если ты вдруг попадешь, да, за пояс биться будешь.
Samir, if you
Сейчас Ирка, да?
end up fighting for the title, do you think
Как ты думаешь? Выиграешь ты, какие у тебя шансы? и т.д. и т.п.
do you think you're going to win? What are your chances?
Я иду за победой. И тут, честно говоря, в
I'm going
MMA
for the
такой
win,
спорт, что предугадать трудно. Мне
but it's
нравится,
difficult
что
to
Liga Eagles
guess.
поставила ставку на конкурентные бои, а не
I'm happy
на,
that
так
they
скажем,
chose at the
мешкобои.
Eagles tournament that
Хороший будешь рубаться. и
they
делать
chose
свое
very
дело.
strong fighters.
Молодец.
But I'm going to do my best to fight for the win.
Самир, в какой ты форме сейчас?
Samir, what
И что можешь сказать о своем
are you in good
сопернике?
shape right now? What can you say about your
Я
opponent?
вышел сейчас с каникул.
Well,
Значит, до каникул у
I've
меня
had a
была
break
больше упор был
recently.
на физическую
Before the break,
подготовку.
I
Сейчас
was
уже перешел
fighting
плавно к
and
спаррингам,
preparing for
восстанавливаю
the
форму.
physical form.
За
Right
неделю
now,
уже
I'm
чувствую,
working more
что
for the sparring
выносливость
skills,
потихоньку растет.
I'm
Соперника
growing,
посмотрел два крайних боя.
and
Неплохо
I've
работает,
been studying my
очень
opponent.
хорошо двигается.
He's
Плавный кик.
moving quite fluidly, quite well.
Будем подстраивать под него
We're
план,
going to make sure that
работать Всевышнего.
I fight and learn from his mistakes and his style. A question for Vasile Botnaru. What can you say about your opponent, Sergiu Barbaroș?
Сергей Барбарош.
What can I say about him? He's a very experienced fighter, very strong,
Не стоит разминуть Мауру.
but I will fight all the way to the end to prove that that I deserve this.
Întrebare pentru Vasile Botnaru, tot referitor la adversarul tău. Deci
Another
are
question
o
for
varbă
Vasile Botnaru.
impunătoare, într-adevăr. Dar planifici vreun procedeu
Sergiu,
special
your
la varbă?
opponent has a very dense beard. Do you plan any special
Вопрос. Оппонент
strategies
Михаила
for this?
Сырбова.
We'll see.
Ты как бы смотрел бои его там, как бы, как
Uh,
оцениваешь свои
question for
возможности?
you.
Ну,
Have
я
you
ничьих боев не
have you seen
смотрел.
any of your opponent's fights
Ну,
before the
слабых
fight?
соперников не бывает.
I haven't studied him yet. I'm sure that there's no weak fighter. That's clear. But
Паулю Всевышнего
I
я
am
выиграю,
getting
я
ready,
уверен.
and I am certain in my powers and skills, and I will win.
Vasile
for sure.
Botnaru, cum poți spui tu, în câte reprize
Vasile.
să dureze lupta voastră?
What do you think? How many?
Nu pot să spun.
How long is your fight going to take? I'm not sure at this point. Mr. Damir, at every tournament, everyone is interested. Where are they going to be able to see this fight? Is there anything special
Да,
planned for this current
мы
tournament?
обкатывали прошлый год, обкатывали телевидение,
Yes,
трансляции, как оно получается,
we've
картинка
asked
телевизионная. Все очень
the
хорошо.
TV stations last year how the fights are going, how the live transmissions are going. Everything is going to be good. There will be live broadcasting this year as well, paid and unpaid. But we will make sure that our project will be available to a wide spectrum of fans, MMA fans. A question to the Russian fighter. What is your nationality? Where are you working and where are you living? I'm from Dagestan. That's where I'm training as well. And we do have extremely strong fighters as well. A question for Mr. Damir.
Интересный вопрос. Мы двигаем свой проект.
How is this project going to be moving forward? We're going to develop the project. Many people like it. We're growing. And I'm certain that many of our fighters will be in the top of the best, even in this year. I can't really tell you all of the secrets right now, but there are very interesting plans coming forward. We're conducting negotiations with some very strong fighters from the... we will have a couple of superstar fights this year with people that everyone knows. A question for Vasily Botnarov. Are you gonna win in the first round with a knockout? I'm not sure. We'll see. I can't say ahead of time what I'm gonna say in the first round, the second round, but I'm gonna try to do a good job in all the rounds. A question for Dorin Damir. Who do you think is the favorite for the title? I can expect, but I should not have favorites. But I'm expected to do everything, to organize everything at the highest level. For me, everyone is a favorite. All of the fighters that are experienced and have proven themselves are good, but also the ones that are coming up and are growing. And I'm supporting everyone, and everyone is my favorite. A question for Mikhail. Tell us, what are your plans? How do you think you can win this fight and also this title? What is your strategy? I work standing and also in the fight. I'm very thankful to my trainer who's putting a lot of time into my training and growth, so I appreciate that, and I will win. Mr. Damir, at the end of this year, there were some talks that Conor McGregor may have been able to participate, here in this tournament. Yes, we're still working on that. Conan will still be one of the best for years to come, or for time to come, as a fighter and a showman. He's mentioned that he's taking a break right now. His wife is on maternity leave, but he might be traveling a little bit closer to us in Europe and Ireland, so perhaps somehow we're going to try to combine his free time with our schedule. We're working on it, but it's a very difficult task. He's an engine of the UFC promotion right now. Is it possible that in 2017 K1 fighters to participate in the MMA? MMA is a mixed fight. That's because everyone can participate from any fighting style. There are very strong fighters who are preparing to join us. It would be great to let anyone try their hand at this fight, at this tournament. Alistar Overeem, for example, he's fought in the cage not bad, maybe not as good as a lot of people were working, but we're expecting. And we're also inviting anyone who would like to participate to join. Another question for Sergiu Barbaroshi. Do you think the title will stay with you or to your opponent? I will do everything I can to keep it. There's no other way around that.
Господин Дамир, у меня вопрос следующего характера. В прошлом году
Mr.
мы
Damir.
стали свидетелями первого поражения одного из лучших бойцов весовой категории 77 по ММА.
Last year,
Влада Поповского. У меня такой
Vlad
вопрос.
Popovsko
Сможем
lost
ли мы увидеть
one of the
реванш с Литовцем
champions
в 2017 году? Потому
in the
что очень
77
многие
category.
ждут этого боя, и я тоже.
Can we expect the Latvian fighter
Насчет Влада Поповского. Хороший
to
боец.
participate this year?
Можете
Talking
даже
about
очень.
Vlad
У него, кстати,
Popovsky,
18 февраля
he's a very good fighter.
и будет бой с очень
By the way,
хорошим
he will have a
соперником,
fight on the 18th
с
of
очень
February
титулованным
with a very good
рейтингом.
fighter, with a title owner, with a
Пускай он
high
победит
rating,
этого соперника, а
Let
потом мы
him
будем
win
думать
that
о
opponent,
реванше,
and
о
then
котором он думает очень давно и не
we
может
will
спать ночью.
think about a rematch that he has been expecting and has been thinking about for a long time.
Самир, где ты сейчас тренируешься? Кто твой тренер?
Samir Aliyev, who is your trainer right now? Where are you training? I'm training in the same club that I established 3 years ago. We've had some moments when we were moving from club to club, but I realized that I cannot be part of a large club. I must say that I'm the alpha male. I want to train on my own terms, at my own pace. There are people who are helping me in boxing and so forth, but I want to keep going in the same strategy. Question for Mr. Dorin. Grigori has the title, the belt. What are the plans? Who are his opponents for this year? What are the perspectives? A very good question.
Насчет Григория Панфилии и Андрея Барбароши.
Grigory Pamfili
Я их хочу
and Sergei
поздравить еще раз,
Barbaroshi,
потому что они
I want to
сделали
congratulate
бой
them again
и
because
бой года не только
they made the
проект
show
«Импульс».
of the year.
Этот бой, наверное, превзошел многие другие бои во многих серьезных организациях.
Because
Сейчас и один, и
this
второй не
fight
будут участвовать в нашем проекте. Они готовятся.
exceeded all
Я
expectations.
думаю,
They
в
will
следующем проекте
not
в Eagles 5,
fight in this year,
может
but I
даже
think that
оба
in
будут
next
выступать.
year,
Пока,
Eagles,
вопрос
next tournament,
о
Eagles 5, they might participate
защите
then.
титула не стоит.
But there's no question about defending the title. Right now, Grigori is the champion.
Осенью уже
But
будем
maybe
думать о защите.
in the fall,
Так
we'll
что
think about
всё
the
двигается, всё
defense
идёт,
of the title.
придёт и его время.
We're moving forward, and his time will come.
На этом первая часть завершена.
The first
Сейчас мы
part
перейдем
is
ко второй
over.
части.
We're now
Это дуэль
moving to
взглядов
the next
бойцов.
part. The standing facing each other
Легчайший вес.
of the two
Первый боец
fighters.
Паланчиха Денис.
Polanchicha Denis, the lightest fighter.
Лупу Георгий.
Lupo Georgi. His opponent.
Спасибо.
Thank you.
Облегченный вес Чабана Георгий.
Chobanu Georgi
Буга Кристиан.
in the next category here. Buga Christian is his opponent. Featherweight category here.
Полусредний вес. Бешляга Игорь.
Beshляga Igor is in the middleweight category.
Спасибо. Полусредний вес. Федоров Дмитрий.
Fyodorov Dmitry same category.
Тяжелый вес. Романов Александр.
Heavyweight Romanov Alexander.
Полулегкий вес. Филиппский Даниэл.
Filipski Daniel is in the welterweight category.
Полутяжелый вес. Скороход Николай.
The light heavyweight category, Skorokhod Nikolai.
Полусредний вес. Поповский Влад.
Welterweight category, Popovsky Vlad.
Это не все бои и первой, и второй части.
These are not all the
Сейчас
fights
мы приглашаем сюда бойцов
of the
полуфинальных
first
боев.
part. We're now inviting the
Samir
fighters of
Aliyev.
the semi-final fights. Samir Aliyev. This is in the bantamweight
Его
category.
соперник Дмитрий Придибайло.
His opponent is Dmytro Predibailo from Ukraine.
Второй полуфинальный бой.
The second semi-final
Михаил
fight.
Сырбу.
I'm inviting Mikhail Sirbu. Again, this is also in the bantamweight category. Mikhail Sirbu from Moldova.
Его соперник Амиров Наби.
His opponent from Russia, Amirov Nabi. The four fighters of the semi-final fight are on the stage.
Это финальная четверка. Поаплодируйте.
Applause are expected.
И сейчас я приглашу бойцов главного боя вечера.
I'm inviting the fighters for the main fight of the evening. The title fight,
Приглашаю
the
Сергея
fight for the
Барбаросси.
belt. In the welterweight category, Sergei Barbarossa from Moldova
Василий Ботнару.
and his opponent Vasily Botnaro. the presentation of the belt for the title fight. I'm inviting the fighter for the semi-final fight back on the stage.